I'm just quickly checking, because knowing myself, I'm going to have to redo this. This also gives me time to, well, go over the load, get my loadouts right. Let's see, it's extinguisher, detonator, backburner for the dude, right? I've covered the rubber glove. I haven't covered the Madame Dixie, though. Now then, with that done, again, that's for this entire reason. Now then, with that done, again, I am sorry, but with that done, we can get on to today's stereotypes video. I know, I took a little bit. Let's see. Oh, sorry. But welcome to honorable mentions for the hat stereotypes. No, for the hat stereotypes vid. Basically, I'll be covering about 3 to 4 hats for all class, and after that, well, we're going to be covering about 2 to 3 for each class. So, let's start. Again, I'm going to use my good friend Scout here to illustrate a couple. The first one up is the Bills hat. This is a tryhard hat, but it depends on what color it is. If it's lime or pink, good fun having this guy in your team. But if it's not lime or pink, say like Team Spirit or some kind of muted color, they usually are what you call a stomper. Again, these are the guys who help out a team and will stomp the enemy team. They're not too bad, but they're not too good either. Let's see, no. We'll get onto that. This is the hat for, well, Manversary. A free-to-play hat that you get for, well, being around during the anniversary event. If I remember right, I sold mine for scrap, so I traded this one real quick. You'll typically find these guys as, well, free-to-plays. Except, they have a little experience. Now, I believe this used to be a soldier hat. I don't know why it went all class. I mean, yeah, the unusuals are pretty decent. Okay. Again, I don't know much about that hat. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You want an unusual. Yeah. But you don't want to pay the money for the unusual. But you don't want the money for an unusual. / you don't want to spend the money. Well, just get this hat. No, I'm just kidding. As Papa Soundsmith did that same joke. These guys are the guys who, well, basically contributed towards the game with map makers. You see, buying stamps is considered one of the best things you can do because you actually help out the guys who created your favorite maps. For example, my first map was Harvest. So, yeah. But I'm going to get another one for 2 Fort because you know me. I grew up in this game on 2 Fort. We'll get to our friends over there eventually. Oh, my bad. Now on to our good friends. Okay, this hat, well, it means 2 things. A, they're backscatter winger scouts. B, they're pan scouts. C, I'm making a certain JoJo reference here. Now, it'll be up to you, fine folks, to try to see if you know it. So, good luck. Also, what's the difference between the summer and winter style? Oh, color. Okay, okay. I prefer the winter. But again, JoJo reference. Oh, you know this guy. Besides being a crafted helm, which I'll quickly show you, you know, growing the Better's helm, the N2 Bonk. These are the dudes who like taunt kills. Yes, and Bonk is actually radioactive. For those wondering, it has 11 pounds of sugar in the sucker. And again, it's either Atomizer or freaking Sandman, because, you know, they gotta get them sick taunt kills for their montage. You're an interesting group. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go cry in a corner. JK, not. Now, our next hat, well, for soldier, aka this guy here, these are considered the edgy soldiers, like, you know, Linkin Park, which, again, I'm not going to play, because I don't have, like, a 10-second remake of it. But, yeah, edgy soldier. But then again, they're not that edgy. I will admit, these guys are a big fan of Halloween mode, so, yeah, you often see them in their backpacks with a good chunk of Halloween enchantments. No, I've lately been stockpiling them. Oh, you know this guy. I've talked about him before. The Beggar's Bazooka, the Beggar's Bazooka wannabe. The guy who's learning the Beggar's Bazooka, the Beggar's Jump, and is learning quite quickly. He also loves market gardening you with the Beggar's Bazooka, but I didn't cover the other kind. And that involves the Allfather and the Thunderstruck style, which you change here, and the Kringle collection. For those who know this soldier, they know why I respect him, why I've become him. And that is, these are an old school try-hard soldier. Mind you, we're not talking like old school. We're talking a tribute to the old school. And that was the Allfather, the Kringle collection, and a hat of their choice. These are one of the most flexible soldiers you'll ever see in. I'm pretty much this guy. You know me. I do my best with what I'm gave. Granted, I'll never use the OG. Not saying I don't want to, it's just awkward to use. Now then, on to this guy. This guy is pretty simple. A, he's a pyro. B, don't bother shooting projectiles at him. He will reflect you and kill you. But then again, that's Madame Dixie's in a nutshell. Also, if they're using the rain blower, they often like going for the taunt kill. Not much, but just ever so slightly. This guy is pretty simple. He was back there, he remembers Sketchak. For those who forget Sketchak, well, look at the latest Extinguisher buff. I love this dude. For those wondering, he is a legendary pyromane. The Extinguisher was his market gardener when combined with the detonator or the scorch shot. Don't believe me? Go watch his videos. They're freaking nuts. You will quite literally find never a better freaking pyromane than this dude right here. Granted, you often use backburner / degreaser, but we all know why you used the degreaser. And even now, I will hold my tribute to Sketch quite well. Now, I actually got a couple hats for demo. First off is the old Hustler's Hallmark, which we will be getting a better look at right now. Now, I may have talked about this hat in the demo stereotypes, hat stereotypes vid, but I don't remember. But for those who forget, this is your typical kind of try-hard hat. They're pretty dang good at the game, and they know it, so you best respect them. They also like this combo there. Excuse me, I'm getting ready for learning the loose cannon jump too. Now, our next guy is this. Besides the obvious pirate demo joke, this is technically, along with its robot version, the bolted Buccaneer, I believe, or something like that, considered the easiest way to get low tier unusual. Seriously, according to scrap.tf, one of these or the robot version is 10 keys, easy. I mean, a little bit of rough, but 10 keys easy. And finally, this is the Trimp God. Loose cannon, tide turner, trimping God. Good luck with this dude on your team, because he's going to wreck you with the trimp. Now, Hoovy, I actually, ironically, just got. This is what you call fancy Hoovy when combined with the Yuri's Revenge. Otherwise, if it's painted yellow, you're talking to Donald Trump, to Russian Trump. God damn it, Trump, why'd you have to do this? Our next man is my more preferred soapman, and that is the Russian Hoovy. How Russian is he? Very Russian. It's always Natasha or the old Tomslav. But of course, with a Buffalo steak sandwich, because eviction notice plus that is pretty nasty. Now, NG, well, I will first tell you, this is technically a misc. But people wear it as a freaking hat. I mean, I can see why. But let's go into this one. This one's pretty simple. This is the low tier unusual for NG. It's okay and all, but I don't like this one. I'm just quickly checking. Ooh, that I like. Again, low tier unusual. Now, as I said earlier, this is considered the low tier unusual for NG. And it's a general rule for NG that if it's a hair, usual try hard. But there's a special little difference with the pencil pusher. Besides these guys being old school, note the pencil pusher has built-in gray bands. You'll often find these guys wearing the old hat with no name. Too well hide the fact that, you know, it's a pencil pusher. I mean, seriously, a hat on top of that, say like, oh, I don't know that, you wouldn't even know. And that's why they use it. They try to, you know, not be so war picky. Yeah, that's an old loadout. This dude, along with any really medic-specific haircut, they believe that the Ubersaw has a guaranteed crit rate. I mean, I will admit, I'm still trying to figure out why the Ubersaw crits like, you know, crazy. But again, they believe the Ubersaw crits like there's no tomorrow. Our next good friend, well, I've already got a loadout set up with this guy. This dude right here. This is what you call a crossbow nut. To say simply, he can go hand to hand against an enemy sniper with the crossbow. So yeah, he's pretty dang good. He's also an old school sniper main. Oh, and I will admit, the unusual version of the goggles, aka this hat, is relatively decently priced. Again, go to scrap.tf and you'll see what I mean. Now on to this dude. Oh, my bad. You weren't looking to see that hat. An actual sniper who can hit his headshots. You often see him on, say, PL Swiftwater, because if they're on defense, that's one nasty little sight line in the room. Note, though, they kind of suck on looking on a situational awareness. So if you're a spy, get behind him. You'll often, find it. And as you saw, there's also a reference to the movie Good, Bad, and Ugly. That will be a go-to hat of mine. Our next good friend, and I forgot to cover that hat, is this guy. We all know this guy. It's full piss set. This is his loadout. Full piss. Why? I would not know, but it's full piss. Yeah, there's that. And I will get to that hat. Now, our next hat, and I just want to simply show this off. This is a really nice one. This guy always uses the Diamondback. Oh, of late, someone gifted me a freaking vintage ambassador, so I thank you to whoever did that. But this guy here uses the ambassador. So you can guarantee in your fight some random sentry, teleporter, or some NG building is going to, finish sapping, and yeah, you're going to just get critted. Now, this guy, A, he's old school. You can see that because he's from Tough Break. He's from around the Tough Break. But B, this is his look. This is his look. He's a fancy man, but a simple man. Like I said, he knows what he's worth to the team, and he knows how to be a nuisance. But I believe I forgot one hat for Spy, for the classes. And it happens often, and that is the hats with no name. These guys, well, they're big on Western movies, for one, but two, they're often somewhat tryhards. Again, the good kind of tryhard. But hey, there's that. I'm actually going to give that a try. I mean, yeah, I'm up to 220 health now, but yeah, I'll give that a try. But hey, that will be it. Up next is misc stereotypes. So get ready. Adios.